In the midst of what was obviously a pretty intensely contested India versus New Zealand match, there was another interesting one day game going on, and that was, of course, the final of the Vijay Hazare Trophy, which is the Indian domestic List A tournament, the Premier List A tournament, or 50 over tournament. And the final was being contested between Vidarbha and Saurashtra, and it was Vidarbha who ended up clinching the title, which is a historic title for them because it is the first time that they have ever won not just the Vijay Hazare Trophy, but the first time that they have ever won a white ball domestic tournament in their history. We'll quickly take a look at how it is that the match went about in the first place because, again, it was a match that a lot of people had an eye on, even though it wasn't exactly one of the more star studded options that could have come about. There were a lot of teams that had a lot of top players that ended up losing out in the end. And after Saurashtra had opted to bowl, many gave them the advantage, considering that usually speaking in today's day and age, you see white ball cricket in general is very much a chasing game. However, it was Vidarbha who were batting first who ended up actually winning the game by a pretty comfortable margin in the end by 38 runs. And a lot of it came down really to Vidarbha opener Atharva Taide. Why do I say that? Because again, it was Taide's 128 of 118 balls that pretty much set the tone for Vidarbha to go on and post a big score. Aman Mokhare, who's been in very good form during this tournament, pitched in with a 33. Yash Rathore got 54. Samant R got 25. In general, there were enough performers who pitched in and pretty much ensured that they could actually get a very competitive total. 317 for 8 is where Vidarbha were at the end of their 50 overs, and they managed to bat out the whole quota of it. Obviously, the same fate did not befall Saurashtra. They ended up losing a few early wickets at one point. In fact, they were 78 for 3 in 16.1 overs and 112 for 6 overs later. So, hardly in an ideal situation when chasing above 300. Obviously, they managed to get a couple of partnerships going, thanks in no small part to Prerag Mankad and later Chirag Jani, but it ended up being pretty much too little too late. Mankad got 88 but ended up missing out on a ton. Chirag Jani got 64, but beyond that, there weren't really any major contributions, which is why Saurashtra ended up getting 279 in 48.5 overs, but that was unfortunately all that they could. They ended up losing all of their wickets at that point in time. Obviously, performance like this will pretty much put a lot of focus on how it is that the bowlers did as well. And Yash Thakur was the star for Vidarbha. He got 4 wickets in his 9.5 overs, gave away 50 runs in the process. And you also had Nachiket Bhute, who did well, 3 wickets, and Darshan Nalkande, who also got 2. Overall, you'd say very much a team performance from Vidarbha, which is why they ended up winning this particular title, a first for them. So obviously a major accomplishment in that sense. It was a final, as I said, that wasn't featuring two of the most star-studded sides. Again, I think if you're looking at players or teams who had players who were very recognizable to casual Indian fans, I'd say obviously there was a Mumbai, a Punjab that could have been playing, potentially even a Karnataka. But again, the presence of star players doesn't necessarily always mean that you will end up having the best results. Sometimes you can have those top players and not end up getting results because at the end of the day, it's a team game, and how it is that the team performs is what matters the most. Vidarbha managed to do just that, and so obviously they won the trophy. Congratulations to them. That brings to an end this particular live stream. But don't forget, as always, if you enjoy our work, to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook, and stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.